Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why those who share your very blood, the people who grew up under the same roof, sometimes look at you with eyes heavy with silent resentment, as though your very existence unsettles the peace in their heart? Why is it that when blessings begin to flow in your life, the people you expected to cheer for you seem strangely quiet, offering half-hearted claps or none at all? Why does it feel as though the air itself becomes tense when you walk into the room, as if the light you carry confronts something deep within them? Chosen one, listen carefully, for this message comes to you in perfect timing. The fact that your eyes are on these words right now is not an accident. It is not coincidence. It is confirmation. The Spirit of God has drawn you to this moment because it is time for you to see clearly what has been hidden in shadows. You have wrestled long enough with confusion. You have carried the weight of unspoken envy without understanding why. Today, you will receive clarity. You will no longer question yourself. You will no longer doubt your worth. For this message is meant to set you free from the silent chains of family resentment. You have probably asked yourself countless times, why do they treat me this way? Why does it feel like I am the outsider in my own family? Why is there so much coldness coming from those who should love me most? And in your quiet moments, you may have wondered if perhaps the problem is you. Hear me clearly, you are not the problem. You are the evidence of divine choice. You are not hated because of your weakness. You are resented because of your light. Jesus himself warned of this dynamic when he said in John 15:18, "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first." If even Christ was rejected, should you be surprised when those closest to you feel the same way toward you? Understand this truth. The ones who resent you most are not strangers, but those tied to you by blood. And the reason is simple. Your spirit carries a mark, a divine imprint that sets you apart. You walk with a weight of destiny that others can sense, even if you don't fully perceive it yourself. Your soul radiates differently. Your very presence awakens a mirror in them, showing them what they could have been, what they chose not to pursue, and the paths they abandoned out of fear. Without you even trying, you expose their limitations, and that mirror is too heavy for them to bear. Remember what Paul wrote in 2 Corinthians 2:15. "For we are to God the pleasing aroma of Christ among those who are being saved and those who are perishing. To some, your presence smells like life. To others, it smells like death to their comfort zone." Chosen one, you must know this. You do not need their applause to confirm your destiny. You do not need their approval to validate your worth. The more you shrink yourself to fit their expectations, the more miserable you will feel, because you were never created to fit into a mold built by human hands. You were created to rise above generational cycles, to break through ceilings, to carry an assignment that transcends family tradition. That is why your presence causes wrestling. It is not you they hate, it is what you represent. You embody freedom, transformation, and divine purpose. Their spirit cannot sit comfortably in the presence of yours, because you represent what they fear, what they denied, and what they never dared to become. And so you must reframe the way you see their reactions. Stop viewing their silence, their subtle side comments, their coldness, as evidence of your inadequacy. Instead, see it for what it truly is: confirmation. Their resentment is confirmation of your anointing. Their discomfort is confirmation of your light. Their rejection is confirmation of your destiny. Remember Psalm 118 verse 22. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. You, chosen one, are that stone. Think of Joseph. His brothers hated him not because he harmed them, but because his dreams revealed a destiny greater than theirs. Genesis 37:19 records their words. Here comes that dreamer. Come now, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns. The hatred was not logical, it was spiritual. Joseph's dreams exposed their own lack of vision. The same is true of you. You are hated not because you are arrogant, but because your light exposes the shadows they prefer to dwell in. Envy is one of the oldest poisons of the human heart. It is not rational, it is not fair, and it does not need a reason to exist. Cain hated Abel, not because Abel wronged him, but because God favored Abel's offering. That spirit of envy has echoed through every generation. It is the same spirit that now moves through your bloodline, through your blood. They see your favor, they sense your calling, they recognize the unusual grace over your life, and instead of celebrating it, their insecurity twists it into bitterness. Proverbs 14:30 warns us, "A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones." That rotting you sense in the atmosphere when you enter the room is not about you personally. It is the decay of envy corroding their hearts. But, chosen one, let me speak life into you. Their envy does not cancel your assignment. Their resentment cannot erase your destiny. Their rejection cannot silence the voice of God over your life. In fact, it is quite the opposite. The very fact that you face such opposition is evidence that heaven has marked you for something great. The greater the calling, the greater the resistance. Do you remember what Paul said in Romans 8:31? If God is for us, who can be against us? Their hostility is powerless compared to the favor that surrounds you. Now hear this. You must not let their behavior infect your heart. You cannot allow bitterness to take root in you. You are called to higher ground. Yes, establish boundaries. Yes, guard your peace. Yes, walk with wisdom. But do not allow resentment to poison your spirit. Forgive them, even if they never apologize. Love them, even if they never celebrate you. Jesus prayed from the cross, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Luke 23:34. If Christ could forgive those who nailed him to wood, you can forgive those who merely whispered against you at the dinner table. Understand also that what you face is not merely flesh and blood, but spiritual resistance. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world." When family rises against you, when they accuse you unfairly, when they treat you as though you are the enemy, realize that it is not truly them. It is the spiritual chains of your bloodline fighting to keep you from breaking free. You are the one chosen to break cycles of poverty, addiction, fear, or mediocrity, and those cycles fight back. But the light in you is greater than the darkness around you. Chosen one, destiny cannot be hidden. You may try to play small, you may try to blend in, but the fire in you cannot be smothered. Even when you stay quiet, your presence speaks. Even when you sit in the back row, your aura testifies. That is why eyes always find you. That is why you attract attention without trying. That is why people cannot ignore you even when they pretend to. The oil of anointing makes you stand out, whether you want it or not. Like David, who was pulled from the fields to be anointed king in front of his brothers, your calling will find you, even if others resist it. And so, what must you do? You must walk boldly. Stop dimming your light to soothe their insecurity. Stop apologizing for the fire God placed within you. Stop waiting for their validation to move forward. Isaiah 61 declares, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." That is your command. Shine, even if it blinds them. Arise, even if it offends them. Walk boldly, even if it makes them whisper. Your journey will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Resentment will refine you. Rejection will teach you resilience. Envy will sharpen your discernment. And in the end, you will see that everything meant to break you was actually building you. Romans 8:28 promises, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Even the hate in your family is being worked into the mosaic of your destiny. So, chosen one, receive this as your awakening. Stop asking, "Why don't they love me?" and start declaring, "They see my light, and that is why they resist me." Stop begging for acceptance and start walking in authority. You were not created to blend in, you were created to lead. You were not chosen to be hidden, you were chosen to be revealed. And the very ones who doubt you now will one day witness your rise and have no choice